Okay, so good evening. Second cop talk of the day. You know it's an emergency when these things happen. Um, I do know that there's a big interest in cop talk, and I know you guys wait for these shows eagerly. That's my wife and kids who I forced to watch them. But anyway, without that being said, no, this is a serious day for Liverpool, a big day. I did do a cop talk earlier on today because I was so stunned. I was just stunned by what I'd heard, and yeah, very emotional watching the video that he did. I mean, you could see it was so heartfelt what he said, and like I said, the guy's just an authentic, charismatic person, and he's honest as well. So for me, look, I've said some stuff about it. Yaz, what do you have to say, man? Fucking hell.
Yeah, it's a tough day, man. Very tough day. It's taken me back a long time to my youth, really, when Kenny Dalglish resigned that first time. I remember we played Everton in an FA Cup replay.
4-4.
4-4, that's right. And then the next morning it was announced, and I was just, it was very, very peculiar, and arguably it's taken up until, I suppose, Jurgen Klopp to get us back there again, really. I mean, okay, we had some times after that in between, but yeah, sad day. Very, I found, literally as it happened, I was getting these messages and put the telly on.
It was a joke. I told someone to get lost when they said that to me. I said, get lost.
And it was just, I don't know, mate. It's I'm got Spurs, Man City on then, and I don't even want to watch football. I just feel like it's like someone's died, man. It's like it's literally
a few people have said that.
You've got to put it into perspective. But that's how I feel. I feel like that's how I feel.
But you know what? I really respect him for coming out. I mean, there's a few ways you can look at this. I've had time to think about all of this as well now. I mean, when I did that video this morning, I'd only just heard it. It was just like, wow, what the fuck? But, digesting this information now. And I said it actually in the thing I said, I kind of understand him because, I'm the same age as him, roughly. I think we're similar ages, whatever. He may be a little bit older than me, I don't know. But
he looks younger than you.
Shut up. No, he does. He looks well anyway, for example. But I've been saying for a while now, obviously, I've decided that I've set a date in my mind when I'm going to retire, and I'm not going to change that now. That's it. And it may even be before, I'll see, but definitely by that date, I'll be retired, April 2026. And, the reasons for me doing it are very similar to what he said. I said to you, I've said to you many times, and to Maria and to the kid and everyone who I know close to me, I don't want to die on the job. You know what I mean? I want to do stuff while I can. I want to live while I'm still young enough to do so. And he said that. He said, there's things I haven't done I want to do. There's life I want to experience that I haven't experienced yet. And I kind of get it. We kind of forget that this guy has been, for 24 years, like he said, he's been constantly working in a pressure cooker environment. And since he started in management, it's obviously changed. But the last 8 years at Liverpool, do you remember his first press conference? They were hanging out the windows trying to film him, in his press conference. The media attention that guy has had, and that not just him, but football managers in general, but him especially, because he's like elite level. Yeah, he's box office, iconic figure in football right now, in world football. So the pressure he must be under, the demands of him, I can understand he's saying he's tired. He needs a break. And Yeah,
Look, he's got.
I get it. I get why he's going. I understand it and I respect it. And I think I like the fact he's done it when he's done it now. Actually thinking about it, I think this is his last present to us. This is his last bit of genius that we're going to enjoy. Because right now, those players have known since November that he was
they've
going,
known
right?
since November.
And look at how we've been playing. Those players are desperate to win for Klopp now. Desperate. And in the stadium as well. I mean, I know Klopp said he doesn't want it to be about him, but he can't control that.
No, it's going to be now. I mean, every game at Anfield now is going to be
every game. Can you imagine the noise? I mean, I can't wait to go Wednesday, man. I can't wait. I'm really looking forward to that now. And I can feel it. There's going to be something special this year, even if we win just the Carabao Cup or whatever we win. And even if we don't win anything, that last game of the season against Wolves at Anfield is going to be something to say you've been there, because it's going to be special. You know, regardless. I mean, if we win something, fantastic. It will be a great.
No, I mean, listen. Let's just you talk about the league. I mean, we're 5 points, 5 points clear. City have got a game in hand. Now, there's arguably teams at home that we've got to play that you're expecting to. So we're halfway through the season, just over halfway.
Yeah.
There's games that you'd expect yourself to win. You back yourself to win. I mean, we're in a position there now where, we can work game by game. It's going to be phenomenal, really. The rest of the season is going to be, I mean,
and that's the genius of what he's done.
You can win you can win this league now with a game or two to spare. I mean, it's silly talk, but I'm just saying, with the way it is, if everyone gets behind the club on a weekly basis, I mean, it's going to be worth an extra man near enough every game. You know what I mean? And
it's going to be unbelievable.
It's more than that. I mean, today I was, like you said, I was having a moment thinking about it, and the journey that we've all been on, leagues and the football we've played, and it was confusing today because as we said the other night watching the Fulham game, I would have thought now with the rebuild, etc., that he could be there for a while longer.
That's what we thought.
But when you look at what Arsene Wenger left at Arsenal, and you look at what Alex Ferguson left at Man United, he's leaving his eggs in a row. He's leaving a good foundation for someone there to come and take over. Now, who is Jurgen Klopp? What is Jurgen Klopp? Now, going up there and been going up there all my life. And I said to Andrew today, football managers, they'll win games, they'll lose games, they'll draw games, they'll win a cup, they'll win a league. I mean, any manager can do any of that, really. I mean, I say any manager, it's a manager. That's what his job is. What that bloke has done at Liverpool, we've seen it. That City has changed because of Jurgen Klopp. Now, if you're not a Liverpool fan or you don't understand Liverpool, then you might not get that. But you go up there on a match day, the buzz around the stadium, the buzz in the city, the taxis queuing up to all these people. You know what I mean? I used to go up there when we were under Roy Hodgson and under other managers, and people were giving tickets away. Never mind fucking paying fortunes for them. I told you a few weeks ago with Liverpool Man United, I heard someone outside selling and sold a ticket to a bloke for 600 quid. Now, what he's given to that city, the vibrancy, the positivity, the economy, the everything, the money that has come into the city, and think about it, the money that's come into the city because of the feel-good factor and the positivity that he's brought to that club. Now, as I said, you can win a game of football, lose it, win a cup, lose a cup, whatever. But the awe of the man, the father figure of the man, the charisma, you can go and get any manager if you like. You can go and get name any manager you want, anyone to take over from him. You can choose. You're in charge, and you choose whoever you want. Nagelsmann, Simeone, De Zerbi, Alonso, anyone you want. You choose any manager you want. Okay, he may be a better manager than Klopp, as in he might know how to win a game 1-0, or he might know how to close out a game. But you're not going to get another man to be like he is.
Well, look, these kind of people, they're generational.
Yeah, on the pitch, off the pitch. I mean, it's everything. You know what I mean? He's just got so much stature about him, so much. And there's lots of.
Sorry, I like Klopp to pay Shankly because of when Klopp took over Liverpool, where we were, and what he's done. And it's a bit like Shankly. Shankly, when he came to Liverpool, they got beat 5-0 by Huddersfield, who Shankly was managing at the time. And Shankly joined Liverpool. And he transformed Liverpool into the best team in the country. He won the first European trophy for Liverpool. He won the first FA Cup for Liverpool. He built 2 great teams at Liverpool, just a bit like Klopp. And he left after winning the FA Cup in 74. Yeah? Shankly resigned.
Mm.
Did he resign then, or did he resign just before that? I can't remember, actually. Jesus, I've lost it. Yeah, but I think for me, and that was a shock as well. And I remember that they show a clip on it sometimes on LFC TV where they go around the city and they ask it, have you heard Shankly's left? And some of the kids on bikes, the little scallywags, they were going, yeah, in the sun, but they didn't believe it. They were just like, no way. And it's kind of similar to that.
No, it is, because
when Paisley left, Paisley was older, and you could see his health had gone a little bit.
Yeah.
Dalglish, when he left, Dalglish was empty. That first time after Hillsborough and all that stuff he went through. And there was no more he could have given, no more. And he did the right thing for him and his longevity in the game. And look where he is now. He's back at Liverpool in a director role. He's there. He's an ambassador for the club. So, Dalglish is home.
Someone like Klopp. I mean, I had a conversation with a Man United fan today, and they were saying to me, Ferguson went on until at a certain age, and I was like, well, financially he wasn't secure. He wasn't earning for the first how many years what managers earn today. So secondly, he didn't tick every box of winning whatever he could within 9 years. Klopp's done it within 8 before 8 years he's won everything at Liverpool. Now, there's so many different. The game demands more. The travelling, the media. I mean, back in the day, Bob Paisley. Talk about Bob Paisley. Used to get 2 minutes of him talking to Jimmy Hill or someone like that, Brian Moore or whoever, and that was
with a cup of tea in his hand.
Yeah. Now, they've got so many international. Back in the day, it was the big match or match of the day. Hardly any live games.
Yeah.
Now, because they sell so many rights to abroad, he's got to do this TV and that TV and this TV and that TV. Yeah. And at the end of the day, these guys, he's got a family, he's got a wife, he's got a family, he's got a grandkid, and he wants to enjoy his life. Now, I think, my opinion, he did say when he left Dortmund that he was going to have a sabbatical, and then a few months later he came into Liverpool. I don't think that will happen.
It was about 6 months. It was about 6 months.
I don't think that will happen this time. I think he will genuinely take some time out. I think he'll probably be the next German international manager, and that will probably suit him down to the ground. Kind of a semi-retired job, floating around, a lot more time at home. And good luck to the bloke. But for us, how do you replace him? You know, how do you?
I think
you can't replace him.
I think the mistake Liverpool will make is if they try to replace him.
Yeah, that's right.
They can't replace him. You have to forget, in a kind of funny way, Jurgen Klopp now. You know, at the end of this season, that's the end of the chapter for him, and Liverpool start a different one. You know, there isn't, like when Shankly left, they had the ready-made guy to take over, which was Paisley. And then Paisley gave it to Fagan, and Fagan gave it to Dalglish. So they had a continuity there from the success years.
Yeah,
right?
they had the old boot room.
Yeah. So when Dalglish went, they tried to replicate that by bringing in Souness, which didn't really work. Yeah. Then they brought in Roy Evans, who, you know, I like Roy Evans as our manager. He got the team playing some great football. But I don't think he had that killer instinct in him.
Yeah, I think he was a bit too much of a nice guy. You know,
he was too friendly with the players. You know what I mean? Then Houllier came in, and listen, Houllier changed Liverpool, man. Don't make no mistake about it. He changed the culture at that club and made them a lot more professional in the way they trained and all that. And you just listen to some of the players that played under Houllier, and they would tell you, like Gerrard and Carragher, they tell you what Houllier did for them and their career. And then obviously Benitez, you know, and Benitez, we had some success under him. Benitez, though, you know, I think Benitez had a tough gig at Liverpool because the ownership when he was there was terrible. And, you know, I like one of his interviews when he said, when he asked for a player and they gave him another player, he said, it's like you go into a shop and you ask for a table and they give you a lamp. Do you know what I mean? It's like, he said, this is what it's like dealing with the owners here. So, you know, so I get Benitez, and Benitez again was great for us. But Klopp is a different level. I mean, Hodgson, that was a
Hodgson was just a stopgap.
But that was a grim time in Liverpool's history, man. To have him as the
Gillette, and there's a lot of talk today about. There was a lot of talk today. I mean, you see it online and social media and all the rest of it. And I just want to touch on this because, you know, the FSG out brigade have come out and, you know, blaming them. And, you know, I think it's important to mention this because in an era now where we're listening to Everton getting done a couple of times for financial fair play, Forest, okay, these are just normal teams. Newcastle clearly struggling with financial fair play.
Man City waiting
to, you know,
Chelsea as well. Chelsea have got some stuff to answer to as well.
We've kind of played by the books. So if everyone played by the books, then maybe we wouldn't be where we would have won more if we didn't play by the books.
Well, listen, I can see what's going to happen. Man City they're gonna get done.
Yeah, I think I've got a funny feeling.
You know what? We're gonna get a couple of league titles for Klopp.
That's irrelevant. That's gone. It's finished. I don't think they'll go in a retrospective way. But what I'm saying is, this FSG, you know, they've spent the money correctly. They spent the money how it should have been spent. Clearly, the only team that has bettered Klopp in the last 5 or 6 seasons is guilty of 115 financial fair play rule breaks. Yeah. So, you know, why are we blaming this lot? They rebuilt us. They bought us arguably the best manager for generations.
This is what I was saying all the time. I've said it.
Some supporters have never seen anything like it. You know, we're old, not lucky. We're older, and we've witnessed great managers. But to some that have grown up with, as we said.
Well, did you see what he said? He said, when I drive out of the ground and the kids are out of training and the kids run up to the car, some of these kids are so young, they've never known another Liverpool manager.
What I mean. Yeah. And he's the longest serving manager at the moment in the Premier League now. FSG have, you know, they've built they've extended the Anfield Road in. They built a new training ground. New training ground. They bought play. You know, we've bought. If you take away the bad spenders in Man City
Chelsea
and Chelsea, Man United at least are make a lot of money. They generate a lot of money, so they spend their own kind of money, and they've got their own problems with the Glaziers. Now, we've spent money that is quite reasonable for a club of Liverpool stature. Now, sold Coutinho back in the day, invested all of that money. This season, 30s, 40s, 50s. I mean, not many clubs go out and buy. Forget, we're going to buy Casado or this one, and this stupid money and big squads. I mean, like Man City go and buy £50 million players to just have them sitting around. We've not done that, no. But there was, I say today, people saying, "Oh, it's down to FSG. You can't take their stress anymore, and they're not buying him. Who's the players?" I mean, what do Liverpool think? FSG didn't go and get him Mbappe on £1 million a week, so he thought, you know what? They're not getting me who I want. I've had enough of this lot. It's not what it is. It's not that at all. We've bought since the days of Coutinho, before Klopp actually, Torres, Suarez, etc. But Coutinho, Van Dijk, Alisson, we've got the best. They talk about FSG as if they're if they buy a player, if they buy a player and he turns out to be a good one, they're lucky. If they don't go and buy a player, or they don't spend the money, they've got the best goalkeeper in the world. They've got the best centre back in the world. They've got the best right back, in my opinion, in the world.
Definitely.
They've got one of the best right wingers in the world in Salah.
Yeah.
A fit, on form Robertson is up there with the best of them. And they've regenerated their midfield. Now, what else did you want from FSG? I mean, that on a level playing field, it's as good as anyone.
Yeah.
But it's not a level playing field. So it's not down to them. He came because Jose Enrique came out on the TV and said, "I think there's something else going on." I interviewed Jose Enrique, and he said, "I think there's something else to it."
No, I don't.
No, Klopp even mentioned him. He referenced him and said, "I saw what Jose Enrique said, and there is nothing else." He goes, "It's and the bloke's entitled to feel exhausted, especially when you're the way he is." There's Ten Hag could probably manage till he's about 106. Because he shows no emotion.
Yeah.
He's not an excitable manager. He's very laid back.
He'd be the next Roy Hodgson.
Yeah, absolutely. Whereas this bloke, he invests his energy, his emotion, his energy, his love. I mean, you can look at his love. He gives his love to his players. Look at all these youngsters that he's, getting ready now, and the ones that have been there for a long time. So he's invested all of himself, everything about him, his time, his energy, his love, his emotion, everything. And I, as a Liverpool fan, I don't find that a subjective comment. If you're a genuine Liverpool fan, then I think you would agree that he has invested all of himself into Liverpool Football Club.
Oh yeah,
and without any. I mean, someone else said today, he's an honest guy. He'll tell you straight. He tells it how it is. But you see him on, like I said, around. I spoke to my cousin who lives up there, and he sits outside Costa Coffee, having a cigarette and a coffee, and he'll talk to people, and he'll buy people a coffee. And people don't see that side of him, but his players, his staff, it's just that's who he is. And sometimes after you've done it for such a long time, there comes a time when you do get drained, and his wife and his family, and they do begin to, they obviously all live a good life through him, but there comes a point when the price you pay for everything is enough. And for me, it's just a very sad day. I just we go back to who do we replace?
I just hope there's nothing wrong with him, with his health.
Yeah, no, he said there isn't. He said himself.
No, I know, but He's not going to come out and say, "I've got this" or "This is happening."
No, so yeah. But listen, if there was something wrong with him, he'd have to. If there was something wrong with him, it would be something serious. And if there was something wrong with him and it was serious, he's not gonna stay until the end of the season. He's going to look after his health. He's not going to give another 6 months to Liverpool if he had health issues. So I don't believe that at all. Problem we're going to have now is whoever comes in is going to be compared to him.
Well, I don't know. It depends. It depends.
Well, it's a natural thing. I don't mean it'll be a natural. The atmosphere, the comments, the everything.
Well, that's why they want someone who's strong and they're their own person, and they're going to come in and hopefully they're smart enough to take advantage of what Klopp's left in place and they don't try and rip it up and start again, hopefully, because I don't think Liverpool need that. I mean, obviously, it depends who else goes in the summer. Will Salah go? Will anyone else go? You see, I mean, it could be that is what happens, that there's a couple of other exits this summer now because of Klopp going, but we don't know that. So we can't guess on what's going to happen, not going to happen. We know for a fact Klopp's going now. And I think I like what Jamie Carragher said. It's going to be a party until the end of the season, celebrating Klopp, celebrating what he's done for Liverpool. And I think if we all have that mindset as Liverpool fans, we'll have some success to celebrate at the end of the season as well. And I really hope so. I really hope he wins a trophy at least for that last day send off. Do you know what I mean? Look,
I think we'll be winning more than just
whatever happens, he's going to get a great send off. There's going to be tears and everything on that last day. But I think it will be, if he wins a trophy, it'll just be unreal. I mean, it will just be a carnival atmosphere there. And, I think he deserves it. And definitely at some point, something will be built about Jurgen Klopp, whether they name a stand after him or there's some kind of statue built for him or whatever. Something definitely will be for Jurgen Klopp because that guy, like Shankly, has transformed Liverpool. And he did it from zero. He didn't do it from a great starting point. Do you know what I mean? Whereas, Paisley took over Shankly. Dalglish took over Paisley, Fagan. So they were taking over at the top. And I'm not detracting from what Paisley and Dalglish did. They were great for Liverpool. Fantastic. Real, proper gentlemen. And what strikes me as well about our great managers? The integrity they have as human beings. If you look at all of them are decent, upstanding, family people who've got great values, a great moral compass, and they look like nice people. You know what I mean? When you see them, you just imagine them as good people, and it's no coincidence that Klopp is so loved. And like I referenced earlier, what he said when in his first interview, I'll never forget it, he said, it's not important what people say when you arrive. Because when you arrive, you're the best. What's important is what people say when you leave.
Yeah.
That's how you know the impact you have on people and have had. And believe me, I get emotional just thinking about it, what people are going to say about him. But I
also think though, like on a different level, a little bit of devil's advocate, if you like, but we also seen clubs become institutionalised by their managers, like Man United with Ferguson, like Arsenal under Wenger. Now, once you've digested the fact that Jurgen Klopp is no longer going to be the manager of Liverpool Football Club, are you excited that there will be a new reset?
Yeah, of course.
Because we know what Klopp does. We know how he's played. You know what? If you really wanted to, and today's not the day, but Could we have won more competitions under a different manager, playing a different style of football, etc.? I don't know that, but there's
I
games
don't think so from the starting point he had. I mean, I remember when he came. I don't know if you remember. We were talking, and I said, if we are not successful under this guy, I don't know. I don't really know when we're ever going to be really successful. I mean, talking about Premier League, that kind of stuff.
The difference is he made this squad. Someone's going to walk into this job next year, and bar one or two changes, the keeper, Van Dijk, Trent, Robbo, perhaps Salah, Curtis Jones, Szoboszlai, McAllister. We know the players. They're all going to be there.
Yeah.
Now, this manager comes in next season, whoever it might be, and we'll have a little chat about that in a second, about who it could be and who we want and who we don't want. You know, they've got great foundations to be getting on with.
Yeah.
Okay, they might bring one or two in of their own. And this is what I mean by it could be refreshing. We've kind of, you know what you're going to get with Liverpool now, the high press, the 4-3-3, the counter-attack, etc. And maybe it is time, because if he stayed for a little while longer, it may have just been, and I think he said himself today, about the timing and all the rest of it. I mean, had he stayed any longer, how would it have been more difficult to? Because if he stayed for 3 more years, let's just put it this way: his contract was up until 26.
Yeah,
so that can be 2/3 years. Okay, with maybe a year extension. In 2 or 3 years' time, okay, Salah's not going to be there. If he's at Liverpool, he'll probably retire by then, or he's probably going to go elsewhere. We spoke about Van Dijk the other day. Van Dijk is 32. There's a chance Van Dijk will not be there in 3 years' time, or will certainly not be the player he is now in 3 years' time. Okay, there's going to be players like Alisson who is going to be pressing on in age, etc. There's going to be players that are going to be on the wrong side of the right age to be at the top of your game. Okay, and the youngsters, and then that him leaving in 3 years' time leaves Liverpool in a very different place. It leaves the next manager that comes in a big job to do.
Well, yeah, look at, so you said something interesting about institutionalizing. So you look at Ferguson at Man United. He stayed there so long that when he left an aging team.
That's what I mean.
So many problems, and he selected the new manager. Yeah, that's why he brought him on. I remember he brought him on the pitch. Oh, he's the new guy now, David Moyes. Support him and support the club and blah blah. And listen, let me tell you something. Arsene Wenger, Arsenal's greatest ever manager, without a doubt. For the last 4 years he was there, they were trying to. It was disgraceful the way the fans treated him.
Yeah, they hounded him out the club, chased him around the club.
I mean, horrible. All that stupid AFTV rubbish. Slagging him off. He's this, he's that, and he gets this much a year. How are we giving this guy this much a year? He's useless. He's the best manager they've ever had, and that's how they treated it.
Yeah,
and there is a thing where you can sometimes overstay your welcome.
Absolutely.
What I mean?
Absolutely.
That's anywhere. That's just not in football. That's in life. Yeah. So look, for me, I think Klopp's doing the right thing for him and for Liverpool. And he's left Liverpool, and he will leave Liverpool in the perfect place to flourish if the people make the right choices that come in. They select the right manager.
Now we look at new managers. Like obviously today, I mean, you look at
it's very difficult to think about.
They've got a book out on who's going to be the new manager, and Alonso's the favourite. Now Alonso, he's putting up trees in Germany.
Yeah,
it's his first season as a manager.
Yeah, he's got the Liverpool connection. All right, we know that. Champions League winner with Liverpool. Great player for Liverpool. Great player.
Could he be one of these new super managers? Far too early to say.
Yeah, just one season. I don't know.
Is he ready for that job? Probably not, I think.
Yeah. I think it's too soon for him.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe a year or two. De Zerbi. We've got people talking about this De Zerbi. Not for me. I don't know what the obviously Brighton players are not Liverpool players, but you know, he sets his team out. He's often been beaten, pummeled this season. Well, last season as well, conceding 3s and 4s and 5s in various games. You know, if I was given a choice between them two,
well, definitely you're going to go for Alonso.
Then I'll say, you know what, mate, I'll take my chance on Alonso rather than De Zerbi.
I think there's going to be a more experienced person is going to come in. I don't think it's going to be an Alonso or De Zerbi.
Well, then if you're talking experience, I mean, we should be able to name experienced managers. I mean, Nagelsmann might be one of them.
No, I don't think him. I don't think Nagelsmann. I don't think Tuchel either.
No,
like, Tuchel has a habit of trying to follow Klopp around the fucking place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he's like the person.
I don't.
You know, he's like the person. Listen, he's like the person. You know, when you get up from a chair, then someone jumps straight in your chair. He's like that guy. You know, no, I don't.
No, I don't see.
I hope they don't go for Tuchel.
Simeone's not out. I wouldn't want to watch Simeone start.
Look, Simeone is got the stature to be the Liverpool manager in the game. He's got that.
Yeah, but the football that he plays is not what I'd want to watch at Liverpool.
Well, maybe he would change that. You know, we don't know.
Yeah. You know, he's the world's highest paid manager, don't
you? Guardiola?
No, Simeone is the world's highest paid manager.
Okay,
Simeone. So I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, it's stupid things. They talk stupid things that today are fucking. I was watching Sky Sports News and they were talking names, and they fucking said, what was his name? The Brighton Chelsea. Brighton went to Gary Potter. Oh, fucking Potter to Liverpool. I mean,
no chance.
It's ridiculous.
No chance.
Graham Potter. Gerrard, I wouldn't want to see Steven Gerrard anywhere near Liverpool. Well, in fact, he's lost a lot of respect from me just for going to where he's gone to for the money. Really, he's not gone for any other reason. He did a good job at Rangers.
I still love Stevie. You know, but he's not a Liverpool
Rangers. He did a dreadful job at Aston Villa.
I think if you're looking at the Premier League managers current, you've got Emery, who is a good manager. He's a good manager. He lacks the charisma of a Klopp, but then we're not replacing Klopp. We've just got in a new manager. So is Emery the guy? I don't know. I doubt it. I mean, if you're looking across Europe,
before we wait, I mean, you talk about the Premier League. I mean, again, it's only his fault. The Spurs manager plays a little bit like what Klopp likes to play. You know, old Ange Postecoglou.
No, we can't have him, man. No, sorry.
Well, I'm just saying that he does play
he's not a Liverpool manager. I'm sorry, even though he was a Liverpool fan.
But but I like there's something about his stature that I like as well, with no nonsense, respected. You know what I mean? It looks like a little bit of a.
It's a bit like me. It's a bit like me.
You know, across Europe, I mean, I just can't see them. I can't see where any other names really. I mean, we'll go back to Liverpool actually first. Pep Linders is leaving with him.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's part of the. I
think that's a good idea, because if you look at Man United, they've got people there that were there when Ferguson was there still. You know, if you look at Arsenal, they had people after Wenger left that were still part of Wenger's team. You know what I'm saying? So for me, listen, I think that's a good thing. It's healthy that they go. You know, not because they haven't done a good job or anything, but there's a clean kind of slate then, and a different set of voices as well. Sometimes, you know, the same voices all the time. You need a change of voice. So, you know, listen, like you said, I'm gutted about the news, devastated when I heard it first, emotional, looking at Klopp, talking, very, very emotional watching that. Like you say, it's almost like someone's died, but reality is no one's died. And what Klopp's doing is he's putting himself first. He's putting his health first, and he's putting his family first. And you have to respect that, you know. And he doesn't owe Liverpool anything.
No, absolutely not.
He's given us everything.
Very stable club now.
Yeah, and we're in a great place. And yeah, I mean, they just got to select the right person. Who that is, I don't know. I can't think, too many managers that I could name you right now who I think could handle the Liverpool job. I mean, obviously Ancelotti could. Ancelotti could handle the Liverpool job, but he's not leading Real Madrid. I think there's a possibility Zinedine Zidane is who I was thinking about when I was thinking about managers. He hasn't got a job currently, I don't think.
It's a good call. It's a good shout.
He's been out of football for a few years. He's had a break. He was at Real Madrid for a while, very successful. He's ruthless,
Yeah, because the managers that are in jobs, I mean, we've spoken with a few. I mean, Alonso, like we said, he's been there 5 minutes. Forget Tuchel. He's not going to leave Bayern Munich, and we don't want him anyway. Postecoglou's been at Spurs' first season in the Premier League. There's no other manager, in my opinion, in the Premier League that Liverpool got. Look, Emery's a good manager, but I don't see anything over here.
I wouldn't be surprised if FSG have got hold of Zidane and said, "Listen, do you fancy it?" Once they really knew, because I think what happened, Klopp must have said to them, "Look, in November I'm going," and they would have said, "Okay, look, we hear you. Sleep on it over the next few weeks. Come back to us in the new year. If you still want to go, then that's it. That's what we'll do." And I think Klopp said it. He said FSG did everything to keep him, but it's not about he needed more money or buy this player or do this. That's not what he's going. He's going because he needs a break from football. I mean, he's had 6 months off or 5 months off in 24 years, and he's had 8 years of. I mean, if Dortmund was intense, Liverpool was the next level intense. The media coverage and the way the media has expanded, and the new social media side of it as well now, and all of this, the guy needs a rest. And he said, "Look, I can't say I'll never come back to football, but for the next year, I will not manage any club, international or club." And he said, "I will never manage another club in England, ever." So yeah, I believe him. There's nothing about that guy that doesn't scream authenticity. You know what I mean? And
no, I think
you wouldn't doubt him. But yeah, I think for me, if you're asking me now, who do I want to replace him? I would say Zidane. I would say Zidane is the boy to come in. He's got the stature in the game. He'll be able to handle the pressure. He's been at Real Madrid, which is like a nightmare there, isn't it?
It's got to be a big name. It's got to be something big. Yeah. It's got to be. I mean, you couldn't go this one. It's got to be for us as a club.
Yeah,
it's got to be something on that level. I mean, you can talk. Like I said, any name you want. They're pulling them out of Alonso. I keep on going back to Alonso. It may well be Alonso. That will come with a lot of squibbles next to his name, and he may well get them all right if it was to happen to be him. Of the others there, I mean, this De Zerbi, bowler counts his second favourite to be the next Liverpool manager. Now, not for me, mate. You don't go from Klopp to De Zerbi. You've got to stay up there. And by bringing in, Zidane, would be staying up there, in my opinion, because you've got some real pedigree and some top play. We just said you've got some of the best players in their positions in the world there. You've got to develop. Those players need to stay there.
Yeah. And
just
Zidane is someone they'd listen to.
And even more so, sadly, for me, Kwanzaa, Bradley, Bobby Clark, Harvey Elliott, Curtis Jones is getting there now. All these players that he's nurtured and nurturing need someone, because if these players that what I've just mentioned, for argument's sake, the Zerbi comes in, just bins them to the side or doesn't care about them or doesn't do what has been done, you'll lose them. And then you're looking to buy, another half a team. So, look, I mean, the other thing that I saw today, I don't know what, I saw a little bit on Twitter, but Twitter's a stupid place, really. I mean, someone says something and then Thiago might be getting the job, someone said, Thiago. So anyway, it is what it is. We had a good chat about it.
He'll be in the treatment room.
He'll be in A&E. He'll be doing it from the hospital.
Well, listen, it's a possibility because we know that Thiago wants to go into management. He said it.
He wouldn't get that.
See that happening.
We're talking about Zidane, and then we're talking about. So no, I just hope we get that. Look, if Zidane came into Liverpool, I'd be a very happy man. Because
you know what might happen then?
Mbappe will come to Liverpool. Get off. I'll be a happy man because the reporters will look at it.
I'm such a dreamer, aren't I? You know what I mean? Look at me. Zidane and Mbappe at Liverpool. Oh my God.
If he did,
I think that's what it would take to make me be okay with Klopp going.
He would command all the respect.
I'd love to see him interview like when Gary Neville tries to interview him, this stupid fucker. And Zidane would just, Zidane would tear him a new one, man. Because Zidane's ruthless with the journalists out in Spain.
Yeah,
he didn't fuck around out there. So I like that. I'm pushing Zidane now. I
like that. I'll go with that.
I'm Zidane now. So good call.
Yeah, man, I'll take that. If Zidane came, it will make me feel a bit better.
Look, is it probable? Maybe not, but it's definitely possible. I mean, he hasn't got a job at the moment. Liverpool is a huge job, and he hasn't. He's had success at Real Madrid. He may want a challenge, and to fill Jurgen Klopp's shoes is going to be a challenge. So, listen, you never know, man. Anyway.
Bro.
What a day, man. What a day. Anyway, I just wish Jurgen Klopp all the best. And like I said earlier, I thank him for making us all happy. You know what I mean? Because he did.
Yeah, I mean, we've had some terrific memories.
He made us proud, and listen, I'll never forget that night in Madrid watching us win the European Cup, mate. Never. And everything that went about it, like the journey that I took to get there and, just on my own. And it was just an amazing evening and what an experience, and I'm just so happy, man. And I wish him well. And I understand Liverpool fans are upset and I'm upset too, but you know what? Liverpool will survive. Liverpool will survive. And I think Jurgen Klopp has done everything he can to keep us in that elite level that we're at now, because when he came, we weren't at the elite level. He brought us to that elite level, so I think we have to respect him. And I think no one's going to blame him for going, and he doesn't owe us anything. And like I said, I just think it's going to be a party now till the end of the season. And I think those players who've known since November, I think it explains maybe some of the good form we've had and some of that determined grittiness we've seen when they look like they've been second best in some games, and just the way that they fought to win the game, or they've come back, wow. So I think big things are coming this season, and if they don't, we just have to enjoy him for the months that he's here, and then that's it. Say goodbye. Yeah, man.
Till the next one.
Take care, man. Look after.
Man. Bye.